Hey everyone, my name is Julie Stone, and today we are going to be doing exercises that can help you with low back pain. Low back pain can happen for a ton of different reasons, but from working with CMTers, I've noticed what happens a lot when we walk. We tend to load our back, so we let our abs kind of go and our butt stick out, and it's putting a lot of tension into the back. Also from sitting a lot more because we struggle with that balance and the standing, that can cause a lot of stress onto the low back as well. So this is something that's really common, CMT or not. So I'm sharing this video just to give you some exercises to do if you're experiencing that low back pain. I personally love to put these into my workouts regularly, like 3 times a week, just to make sure that I'm kind of being proactive about not having back pain in the future, because my back naturally likes to go into extension, which is no good. This video is going to be 100% on the ground. You can do this in your bed as well, but there are some exercises where you might want to have a soft pillow, or a pillow, not a soft pillow, or a folded blanket or a towel under your back, so your butt doesn't sink into your bed, and then that puts your back into extension, which we don't want. So if you are on your bed, just put like a small, like a thin pillow or like a folded towel or blanket underneath your low back and your butt, and that'll help kind of alleviate that sinking that would normally happen in your bed. This is our public video of the month that we're sharing. So I will go ahead and talk about that at the end, because I imagine this is going to be a video that people will watch normally. So stick around to hear more about what that means if you don't already know. We're going to start by laying on the back. So this is where you would want that pillow or folded towel or blanket under your back and bottom area if you have that, if you're in the bed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a pelvic tilt. So this is gonna work on strengthening the abs. So we're gonna tighten the abs. You're gonna feel your tailbone kind of curl in, and you're gonna hold this for 2 breaths. And then on your exhale, release. This is gonna create some space in the spine. Take any tension away that would cause that low back pain. It's like a little stretch for the back, but it's also working on tightening up the abs. So often back pain can come from weak transverse abdominals. That's like your lowest part of your abs underneath the belly button. So this is going to help strengthen that area. This is a really small movement. You shouldn't be pressing into the legs at all. This should all be happening from the abs. So if you feel like you're pressing down, you're not doing it right. Let the legs relax and just use the abs. Awesome. If you've been working with me for a while, you're a pro at this, you know exactly what I mean when I say do a pelvic tilt. I bet you're just rocking through these like they're nothing. But if this is your first time with this could feel really awkward. This is a hard muscle to engage if you're not used to it. So give it a couple tries. You can put your hands here and you can feel the muscles working below the belly button. Okay, let's do 2 more. I also think about it, when we lay, there tends to be like an arch in our back, and then when we tighten the abs, that space is flat under the back, and your back is flat against the ground. So try to aim for that. If you're having a hard time doing it, just think about making your back flat against the ground. Perfect. Okay, so now we're just gonna hold that position. You're gonna go into that pelvic tilt and hold it, and then we're gonna add a little march. So this is like another layer of strengthening that low ab area. So many of us are concerned about strengthening this top part of our abs. We forget about the lower parts, or when we do the ab workouts, we're not doing them right. we're letting the back arch, we're like lifting the leg up like that, which you shouldn't be. You should always be in a pelvic tilt position when you're doing these core workouts on your back. So think about that next time you do an ab workout. Make sure you're doing it right. Awesome work. Let's do a couple more here. If you feel like you're losing the pelvic tilt, you can take a second and pause, and then come back and do that pelvic tilt again. Okay, let's go ahead, let's bring the legs shoulder width apart. If you're not in leg braces, your feet will be flat against the ground, but if you're wearing leg braces like me, you're kind of more on the heels, that's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue building out that pelvic tilt. So you're gonna start with the pelvic tilt, and then you're gonna squeeze the butt, press through the legs, come up into a bridge position, nice and slow, back down one vertebrae at a time. Good. So another factor that can cause low back pain is weak glutes. So we're gonna work on strengthening the glutes in a couple different ways throughout this workout. Good. Make sure, if you're able to look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to make sure that you're really having this nice little scoop here, and you're not letting your butt just like hang like that. You don't want to feel that stress in the low back. So tighten the abs, squeeze the glutes, and that's going to help alleviate any pain that you may have in the back. Good, let's do 3 more. You want these to be nice, slow, and controlled. We're not trying to like power through the workouts right now. We're doing them slow and with intention. Okay, last one. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're going to turn onto the side. And we're gonna prop ourselves up. You're gonna do strong shoulder, strong core, so not this. Push up, push up. Make sure you have that nice base that you're on. We're gonna curl the legs in here. So the knees will be bent. Look down at your heels. Make sure they're in line with your spine. And we're gonna do one of 2 things. If this is your first time with exercise or doing any kind of clamshell, I want you to lift the knee. So this is what you're gonna do. This is gonna work out your glute med, the glute medius on the side of your booty here. So this is what I want you to do. If these feel super easy to you, what we're gonna do, you can add a resistance band around the legs, so around the thighs right here. But I like to do reverse clamshell, so this is what I prefer. So we're lifting the bottom leg up, or the foot up, and the knees stay together. And you're gonna feel it a little bit more. The most important thing about both of these is that you're keeping the hip square. So if you're doing this, you're not like leaning back with it, you're keeping that hip square. So look at yourself in the mirror. And then with this one, same thing, you're not like leaning forward. So staying nice and square. If you have CMT, your foot's probably dropping like mine, that's okay. If you've already done 10 or 12, you can go ahead and stop, whichever one. And let's go ahead, let's switch sides. So just flipping over to the other side here, and let's get set up. So again, we're gonna be strong shoulder, strong core, no slouching. So push on up, make sure those muscles are nice and engaged. We're gonna curl the legs in, look down, heels are in line with the spine, and either clamshell, good old-fashioned classic clamshell here, or I prefer that reverse clamshell. A little harder, a little more awkward, but you'll really feel this compared to the clamshell. If that clamshell is easy peasy, go for this one. Okay, let's go for 2 more. Perfect. Okay, we are gonna come into a tabletop position. If you're on your bed, what I would love for you to do, and actually even if you're not on a bed and you wanna go to a couch or your bed and do this, it's a really good way to make sure your form is on point. You'll pretend this is a bed. You're gonna lay yourself over your bed like this, and instead you're gonna lift the leg up like that. So if you have access to do that, I would prefer you to do that. It's gonna make sure your hips are in line and you're not twisting the hips when you do this. So if you need to pause and relocate, go for it. But if not, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into tabletop or down on the forearms. I've noticed that down on the forearms, you're a little more stable and the form is a little better. So I recommend coming here. We're gonna bring the leg out. We're just gonna lift up. What I don't want you to do is this. So none of that, none of this, none of that like Instagram model stuff. Core tight. And we're only lifting up to like parallel with the ground. Good. If you need to check your form at any point, you can. And then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna switch sides. So other side. Again, none of this. Keep those hips square. That's why if you can lay against your bed, it's even better. You're still getting a great workout in, and you know you're for sure doing it right. Okay, last one here. Perfect. And then let's curl the legs in, come into tabletop, and bring it into a cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, tuck that tailbone in, lift up through the belly button. Inhale, drop the belly button. Exhale, lift. Perfect. Let's do a few of these at your own breathing. You should feel a stretch, but your muscles should also be working. Don't just let your body flop into these positions. Have control. Do this with intention. Okay, last one. Perfect. And then we're gonna flip all the way over. Bring the arms out to the side, and then we're gonna drop the knees side to side. Get a nice stretch through the side body. Even when you're doing this, you kind of still wanna make sure the abs are on, and you're in that pelvic tilt position. Awesome work. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale up. Good. Let's do one more each way. And then we're going to pull the knees in. And we're going to bring the knees into some big circles. If you're on the floor, on a yoga mat or cushy carpet, this is gonna give you a little massage on the back. But if you're in the bed, this is just gonna feel really good on your hips as well. Good, and let's go the other way. Awesome work. And you're all done. Awesome work. Thank you for joining me for this exercise today. You did amazing. If you did not know, I have me and a couple other CMTers have an on-demand library where we share exercises every week, but then I share one publicly every month. So this is my monthly public video. If you're interested in learning more about that or learning more about the CMT fitness community that we have going, where we do group classes together and we do meetups, and it's just like a really awesome group to be in, to realize you're like not going through this CMT journey by yourself. Please go ahead and reach out to me. Here's my email. It's julie@allbodiescommunity.com. I would love to set up a time to chat so you can learn more about that. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you at the next one.